dangerous at heart. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody told you, or they already got you set out to be or whatever because of your past. And we have a lot of people that like to judge. Probably the majority of the population of the entire world, are probably better at judging one another than anything else. So, but that ain't y'all. We talking about those other people, but we're not going to be judgmental humans. We're just going to focus on learning how to work on ourselves, because that is very important. So good morning, happy Tuesday. I'm so used to saying happy Wednesday. Happy Tuesday, turn up Tuesday. Don't get me started. Listen, get on in here and get some of this Tuesday morning motivation. I'm not going to be long. I'm going to keep it quick because I do have to move on with my day. But listen, I did not forget about y'all. I was not going to not come to you guys with motivation because my week just looks a little different this week because of my sister's graduation. So we're going to get this motivation today. So of course we're going to wake up and just be in a mind of gratefulness. It is always important just to have a mind of gratefulness, just to be able to reflect on your blessings. Thank God for what he has done. He woke you up this morning. I don't care what your situation looked like, what the bill collectors talking about and all that kind of stuff. Listen, you have something to be grateful for. If God woke you up this morning, you have something to be grateful for. In all things, we need to learn how to give thanks. It is so important. So let's just take a moment of reflection on our blessings. I don't care who your higher power is, what religion that you fall under. We all should learn how to be grateful every single day. There is life inside of gratefulness. It is amazing there. So let's just take a moment. That feels amazing to me. I can't speak for anyone else, but I just love being in moments of gratefulness. It really, really does something for my spirit. So, I want you guys to share in that as well. So today I was thinking about the power of intentionality. And being intentional, like setting your mind towards something and just going after it with complete intent, like setting a goal for yourself. This is what I intend to do for myself, leaving no room for doubt, no room for no room for doubt, period. And before I just jump into that, just let me say this is going to be a part one of the power of intent and learning how to be intentional, because I didn't do a study on it. I didn't really have time to do a study on it, but I feel like it is so important that we set some kind of intent behind our lives. Like, we have to learn how to be very intentional with the things that we do in our lives. Our minds are creators. So when we set our mind to do something, we first create it in our minds, and then we set out to do these things. And without being intentional, without utilizing the power of intent, it will not be very effective to go after the things that we want to go after. So we go in places, like we got stuff to do and we are going places. So we have to learn how to put some intent behind our actions. Behind our thoughts, so we have to be very intentional about the thoughts that we think in our mind, and about putting a little force behind those thoughts. I always tell you guys, thoughts are things. We manifest things in our minds before they become our reality, and we have to be intentional. I'm telling y'all, 3, 6, 9 months from now, we should be able to see gradual changes in our lives, and the way that things are unfolding for us. Things should be different from us, and it don't matter to me. You might think this message may not be for you, and I am a very established person, and I've been to school and I earned my degrees and all of this kind of stuff, and I don't need to be hearing this from you or whatever. But I'm here to tell you that these messages are for everybody. I don't care what walk that you are in life. We can all learn how to look at our lives in a certain way that it will be more beneficial to us. Live in the fullness of what we really want our lives to be. So this is going to be part 1 series on the power of intent. And next Wednesday, when I come back, I am going to do a full-blown, flat-out study when we are going to break down the power of intent and learning how to be intentional, because that's how important I think this thing is. I think when we learn how to be intentional and put some intent behind our the things that we want to do, setting goals, setting up in your mind what you want to do, and begin to do it, I think it will be more effective, so we won't live in lack and then wonder why. And then, just like a whole snowball effect on us not living the life that we want to live, because we don't have pure intent behind the things that we want to do with our lives. So we're going to be intentional. We're going to learn how to we are going to learn how to utilize the power of intent so we can live a more plentiful life. So that is just really quickly what I want to talk to you guys about today. I am just full of excitement. Oh my gosh, my Monday just started off with a bang. I had an absolutely amazing Monday. And I'm telling you guys, the thoughts that you think and the words that you say will manifest in your life. I hear so many people grumble about Mondays or whatever. We love Fridays, but we can't stand Mondays. And I tell myself constantly my Mondays are getting better and better and better. I am very intentional and purposeful about having productive Mondays. When I have a productive Monday, it sets the tone for the rest of my week. I appreciate the fact that I put intent behind having productive Mondays. So I have my whole Monday set out, boom, 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 and it makes the rest of my week so much easier. And I said to myself, my Mondays are getting better and better. And I am telling you, when I tell you that God is just constantly pouring out his favor on my life, my Monday was amazing. From the time that I woke up yesterday morning until the time I walked in and got home from work last night, it was just full of favor, full of grace, full of mercy. I mean, I don't even want to get emotional talking about it. I am in like full celebration mode. My sister is graduating. My daughter is going on her prom. I've been invited to speak at the largest event I believe this will be thus far. I do speak quite often. I speak virtually. I do this for you guys every week. I go out into my community and I speak every week in front of plenty of people every week. But I have been invited to speak at a mental health fair for Delaware State University. There's going to be plenty of vendors there and all of that kind of stuff. And I believe that it is going to be a big turnout. And some of my family members already expressed that they wanted to come and show me some support and love on that day. And I am just getting emotional talking about all the things that God is doing for me right now. My heart is just so grateful. I'm just like over through the roof, full of gratefulness for the things that God is doing for me right now. And This is what I want for myself. I want to be able to live in celebration mode and to, help other people and to pour out of my heart the things that God is placing into my heart, to spread the message of hope, to let others know that it does not matter, what your situation may be, what it looked like in the beginning, how rough your childhood was, your past, the mistakes that you made. I made plenty of mistakes in my life. Okay, so let me just get that out the way. Truth be told, I probably shouldn't even be here sitting before you guys. Excuse me, guys. To be able to tell my story today. I just did not have a pleasant beginning, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. And that's one thing that I appreciate about my testimony and my motivation as well, is because I know it's relatable. I know a lot of people did not have, a very pleasant beginning. And I just want someone out there to know that it does not matter what your beginning was like. There is always hope for you to have an amazing future. The future that God is laying out for me. I'm telling you, there's a scripture in the Word of God that says, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard the blessings that God has for you. Y'all know I don't know how to quote the Bible word for word, but when God just unveils my eyes and allows me to see and hear His glory and the things that He is doing for me on a regular basis, I'm telling you, most of the time, I just can't even tell y'all. The few things that I just mentioned this morning are, little, just I don't even want to say highlights, because all my blessings are just so miraculous to me, and I am just so grateful for them all. But that's just a few things. I can't even tell it all. Some of this stuff is just between me and God. I'm telling you. And I just built a relationship with God, and I think that is very, very important, that you build a relationship with God. And I am very purposeful about living a much better life than I lived in my past. I want to feel better. I want my thoughts to be better. I want to manifest great things for myself and for my future and for my children. I am going to live a good life. I'm very intentional about living a better life in my future than I lived before in my past. So I have a pure intent behind that. This don't have nothing to do with nobody else. This is just the life that I want for myself. And I believe that God put me in this position because He wants me to relay that over to someone who may think that all hope is lost, because it's not. I don't care if you have to start from scratch. If you have to start from the beginning, then start from the beginning. It doesn't matter how old you are or how many mistakes that you made, or what phase that you are in your life. If you want it, you can have it. So I'm not just trying to put on you guys like the things that I want for myself. God, I know what I'm asking God for. I know the bright future that I have ahead of me, and I can see the things that God has for me, but I want that for you all too. I want you guys to believe and know in your heart that there is a better future out here than probably what you have been living for yourself in the past. And I just believe God is using me for that. But I heard a quote. I believe it might be from the book Think and Grow Rich, or Earl Nightingale, I think, quoted this. And Earl Nightingale was a miraculous motivational speaker. He made the difference in so many people's lives. Like I believe like back in the 60s or something like that, and people just became extremely successful. If you guys want to go to YouTube and look up who Earl Nightingale is, and he has one video that really changed the lives of many, many people. It's called The Strangest Secret. So it's like the secret of unlocking the success, in your life. And The Strangest Secret, I listened to it many a times. And The Strangest Secret basically is about you are what you think about. So that's what the strangest secret is, basically. But I'm sure that Earl Nightingale knows how to break it down better. That I just gave you the quick answer to what the strangest secret is, and this is the quote that Earl Nightingale said in the strangest secret. I believe it was like the first motivational. They didn't even have cassette tapes back then. It was like a floppy disk or something like that, and it sold over 1 million copies back in the 60s because people were just so motivated off of Earl Nightingale's motivation. So this is what he said: if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So, I mean, think about it. I mean, you might want to let that thing marinate for a minute, but it basically that it boils down to what the strangest secret is a man is what he thinks about. And I mean, I am sold. I am just so convinced that we just have to learn how to condition our minds and the way that we want to live our lives. And I believe if we put pure intent behind what we want our life to be, we have to set these things up for ourselves in our mind. We have to get rid of negative thinking patterns. Get down to the bottom of why you are thinking the way that you are thinking that is not being very beneficial to you, and start ripping them weeds out. You know how a gardener who wants a pretty garden, and the weeds are going to destroy the beautiful flowers. That's you. You are the beautiful flower that cannot be destroyed by the weed. Start getting rid of those dead weeds and anything that is going to rise up to attack what God has set out for you. Start getting rid of those things so you can fill yourself with the beautifulness of what God really has for you, so you can allow that garden to be beautiful or whatever per se. I mean, if you could just close your eyes and imagine a beautiful bed of roses in different colors, that is what your life can be. I'm telling you, this spring, I mean, it's attacking my allergies, but here in Dover, where I live at, it is just so amazingly beautiful to me. It's much different. I guess I can appreciate it on a different level because I'm a city girl. I come from Philly, and it don't look like this in Philly. I mean, we got row houses and just streets and blocks and neighborhoods and stuff everywhere, and it's not like that here. Everything is just so beautiful here, and I just really get to appreciate it, especially in the springtime. I believe that this is like my fourth or fifth spring here in Dover, and it just blesses my soul like every single time. I'm like so excited, like a kid in a candy store, every time I see the brightness of the flowers and the blooming and the different colors and all of that kind of stuff, and I can see my life in that beauty. I believe that God is exposing my eyes to these things for a reason. I'm telling you that scripture, eyes have not seen, the ears have not heard. I can just see an abundance of everything I ever wanted for myself in my life, just more beautiful than I can ever even imagine. And what I see with my eyes is only a glimpse of what God actually has for me. He just giving me a little peek inside of what he has for me. Even yesterday, just full of complete blessings. From the time I woke up yesterday morning, that was just a little peek inside of the glory that God is getting ready to unveil for me in my life. And my heart is just so grateful. My eyes are full of tears right now. I promise you they are. My heart is just so grateful, because of where God has me and the things that he is doing for me in my life. I don't take any of it for granted. I am over the top grateful. I was like just in straight up just grateful mode yesterday, even when I was at work last night, and I was like, Like, God, you tired of me saying thank you, because like I don't want to stop, but I'm just like over, like, just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And sometimes I think God gets tired of me just being, just saying thank you so much. But even if I think that he's tired of me saying thank you, I still don't stop. I might stop for a moment and then I just get right back at it, because that's just how much my heart is just so extremely grateful. All right. I'm just like emotional at this point. So I'm gonna go. I am going to wrap that up just with that. And I hope you guys just, I just wanted to give you guys something to ponder on. Just think about that. Prepare your minds for a complete study on the power of intent. We are going to learn how to put some intent behind our goals, behind our actions, behind our lives, how to set these things up in our minds so we can go after them wholeheartedly with full force, so we can begin to manifest the things in our life that we want for ourselves. So that is going to be my part 2 next Wednesday. We are going to completely get into the power of intent. I am going to prepare to celebrate with my family for my sister's graduation. Until Friday, I will be back, Lord willing. I will be back Friday with another motivational message. Thank you guys so much for being as supportive as you are. Thank you for the views. Thank you for, I see people out here sharing my videos, commenting on my videos, letting me know, how the videos are impacting your lives, from my YouTube channel to my Facebook channel. I don't get that much feedback on Instagram, but that's okay. I'm not really a IG person, but I do have a lot of family and friends on Instagram, so I do love y'all too. But don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is True Value, Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. And my books are on sale on Amazon Kindle. I have 4 published books on Amazon Kindle, and you can order any 4 of them or all 4 of them paperback excuse me, as well. I will autograph them. I will send them to you. Mother's Day is coming up. The books are power packed, motivational, inspirational, powerful, just something that you can put in your book collection. So my first book is True Value, Knowing Your Worth. Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasures. Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness. And Religiously, a closer look at spirituality and religion. So y'all go ahead on and support your girl. I love you and appreciate you guys. You guys go out here and turn up. Have an amazing Turn Up Tuesday. Do what pleases your heart, your soul, and in your mind. Remember that you are amazing and you deserve all the blessings that God has for you. Speak positive things over your life. Affirm goodness into yourself. Think good thoughts. Feel good feelings. Do good things. Do something amazing for yourself today. You deserve it. In the meantime, I love you all. God bless you and continue to stay blessed.